Hello everyone, today I will tell you a special story. This is the story of a foreigner who was deeply moved while traveling in Korea, due to various incidents. I visited Korea with misunderstandings and prejudices about Korea. Feel the warm hearts of Korean people through this story.
Hello, my name is Michelle. I am from Paris and I am 30 years old. The reason I traveled to Korea was because of a recommendation from a friend. They say Korea is famous for its beautiful scenery and delicious food, but actually, before I came to Korea, I had some misunderstandings about Koreans. This trip was an experience that completely shattered that misunderstanding. The first story begins in Seoul. I was taking a walk in Han River Park, and was sitting on a bench to get out of the heat. At that time, a family member came up to me, and informed me that they thought they had dropped something. It turned out to be my smartphone. The family gave me back the smartphone. "Be careful, you might get distracted by the pretty scenery here," he said with a smile. That considerate behavior was the first thing that made me realize how warm Koreans are. At that moment, I couldn't help but be moved by the delicate and warm hearts of Korean people. Then I headed to Daegu. While I was walking in a downtown area of Daegu, I saw a child walking around alone, unlike me, who was so embarrassed. The Korean people just seemed not to care, as if nothing had happened. If you had done something like that in Paris, the child would have already disappeared. As I was trying to find the child's parents, I decided to just ask another store owner next door for help. The store owner smiled and reassured me, and said that kidnappings and unpleasant incidents do not occur in Korea. Although I felt some relief, I was still worried about whether my child was safe. As if reading my mind, the store owner said, "It's okay, we're all keeping an eye on him." Those words were a great relief to me, and I was moved by the sense of community among Korean people. It was such a refreshing shock to hear that everyone was watching in silence, even though it seemed like they didn't care. Then I traveled to Busan. When I arrived in Busan, I decided to visit Haeundae Beach. It was my first time seeing the sea, and my heart was pounding with anticipation. As soon as I arrived at the beach, I admired the beautiful scenery and started taking pictures, but suddenly my phone battery ran out. I was embarrassed, but I figured there would be a place to charge it at a nearby convenience store. But when I realized that I didn't bring a charger, I was really at a loss. At that time, a young couple who was walking on the beach probably saw my situation and came up to me and offered to lend me a charger. They even handed me an auxiliary battery that I could use at a convenience store, telling me to use it when I needed to charge it. Thanks to this, I was able to take pictures of the beautiful moments in Haeundae, and have fun conversations while eating delicious seafood stew with them. This meeting in Busan became another valuable connection during my trip, and I was able to feel the warmth that Koreans generously share. With this unexpected help and kindness, I headed to Jeju. When I arrived in Jeju, I decided to climb Hallasan Mountain. I was walking along a quiet hiking trail, enjoying nature, when I suddenly sprained my ankle. When I couldn't get up on my own and didn't know what to do, members of a nearby mountaineering club found me. They came up to me, asked me if I was okay, and gave me first aid. One person gave me his cane and asked me to go down with him. I was truly touched by their kindness as they continued to take care of me as I descended with them. This warm touch I encountered in Jeju was one of the best gifts I felt in Korea. My trip ended with my experience in Jeju, but these experiences will remain in my heart for a long time. At first, it was just a trip recommended by a friend, but through the people I met in each city, misunderstandings about Korea disappeared. I was deeply moved by the warm hearts of Korean people. Each and every one of their small acts of kindness brought me a wave of great emotion. Through this story, if there are people who have misunderstandings about Korea like me, I would like to encourage them to experience it for themselves. You will feel that this is a country with truly wonderful people. I fell in love with Korea and plan to visit again soon. Korea's land area is small compared to other countries, but there are so many beautiful places that even Koreans wouldn't have enough time to travel around the country. They said there were a lot. My trip to Korea is over, but I will never forget the people and experiences I met along the way. Small misunderstandings and prejudices disappeared, and only warm memories remained. The biggest takeaway from this trip was learning that Korean people are truly warm-hearted and considerate people. I am already looking forward to my next visit to Korea, and I am already excited to see what other beautiful moments I will encounter then. I hope you all experience Korea's warm people and beautiful scenery. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscriptions, likes, and notifications are of great help in video production. Thank you.